Hello, digital marketing 3 part-time students. I hope you are doing well and I hope everything is going well. I do understand that most of the students are so preoccupied, especially with work and other commitments. So I'm going to record these lessons this week as there is no one in class. The only disadvantage with these lessons is that most of the topics or the concepts that we are discussing in class are interactive. So they require two-way communication where we can engage on how we can apply these concepts in real-life scenarios or in whatever case that we may come across. So, for example, today we are doing lesson 12 to 18. So there are 6 lessons that we should be doing, even though some of them are combined. For example, this one is a combined lesson of lesson 12 and lesson 13. So we are going to be doing customer analysis, the series that we started last week. And we discussed last week that the digital marketing environment has got 2 elements. The first element is the micro analysis. Other sources would call them the internal analysis. Then the next one is the macro analysis. Hi, Besh.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing well, and how are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Oh, that's perfect. I hope all is well. And I was doing a pre-recorded session, so I'm glad you are here. It means that at least we can interact and engage on some
Yeah.
of the aspects that we are going to be discussing today. But before I just proceed on what already started, the F1 briefing, and if you've gone through it, and if there's anything that you'd like us to discuss as housekeeping.
I think I'm good. I'm actually having quite a busy and hectic week. Um, but I did look at the pre-recording and the brief last on Sunday. So yeah, I should start properly my assignment.
Okay,
Then I think I'll then have questions once I start. But I think I did like skim through the assignment after watching the pre-recording. So I don't have any
okay.
questions for now. Thank you.
All right, perfect. So today we are doing lesson 12 and 13, where we are going to be performing a customer analysis. So last week I started a new series, which is the digital marketing environment. And those series are that the digital marketing environment has got 2 elements. The first element is the micro environment. Some academic sources call it the internal factors. Then the second one is called the macro environment, and some sources call it so the micro environment is the one that immediately influences an organization. So the one that directly affects the trading business of an environment. For example, your customers. If there are no customers, it will be actually impossible for the business to, to, to proceed with this existence. Then the second ones are suppliers. If there are no suppliers, for example, if it's KFC, there are no chicken suppliers or potato suppliers, it means that they won't be able to conduct their business. And if there are no distributors, and some sources call it intermediaries, it means that it will be difficult to conduct business. For example, if it's Cadbury chocolates, we've never come across a shop owned by Cadbury, where they sell direct their Cadbury chocolates. You realize that if there are no distributors like your Pick and Pay, your Checkers, your Woolies, it means that it will be business, because some businesses solely rely on intermediaries to survive. If you look at employees, the staff, it's difficult to proceed with business if there are no employees. So those are some of the aspects that we call the micro environment that was discussed. And there's a lesson, actually, I think it's lesson 9, if not mistaken, where you can find the slides where this was discussed. Then we've got your external factors, which are the macro environment. And we use the PESTEL analysis for this, where P stands for political, E stands for economic, S stands for social, T stands for technological, L stands for legal, and E stands for environmental. So the PESTEL analysis, some they call it the PESTEL, we use it to identify the factors that can influence an organization. And these factors, in most cases, they are beyond the organization's control. For example, the organization has no control over the political nature of any given territory. The organization won't have any control over the economic conditions like your inflations, your unemployment, and so forth of any organization, of any territory. So those are the stuff that we discussed in the previous lesson. Today, we are going to continue looking at the microenvironment, particularly focusing on customers, because for customers are the first element to be discussed under the internal or the micro environmental, digital environmental analysis. So just to explain, because you're not there in class, so this is the wrap up that I was doing. Like, what are the 2 elements of digital marketing? I've discussed that. I say there's and the. But now I've got a question for you. Why are customers part of a micro environment or an internal environment?
Is it not because they keep the business going, and without them, then the business doesn't necessarily exist?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So there are so many reasons, and the one that you've provided is one of the reasons. Of course, customers are there because they provide business revenue. You make sales through customers, then the business is able to operate from a revenue point of view. But without revenue, the business won't even have the working capital, to operate. Yeah, that's actually the crucial reason why customers are the immediate part of the trading environment of any business. Another one is that businesses solely survive based on customers' needs. So without fulfilling customers' needs, it's difficult for businesses to survive. So apart from the income or the revenue that companies generate from customers, companies also need to exist so that they are always there to fulfill customers' needs. For example, people are always on the move. So if there are no car manufacturers out there, it means that people struggle to get transport. People struggle to have cars to take them from point A, from point B. So other than the sales that a company would get, at the end of the day, people would also struggle. So it's a win-win situation. It's not only cars, even food. Think about your Iwisa or your Watsa Millimil. They are there to fulfill our needs to have pap. But if they do not exist, it means that the needs won't be addressed. There are so many examples that, so many justifications that we can actually discuss why customers are a crucial part of the microenvironment. Another reason is that Customers also define who the companies are. Customers define the purpose, the sole purpose of a company, because through customers, you can learn about yourself as a company through their consumption behavior, through their spending habits, through anything that customers do. You can learn a lot from them. For example, if it's an Apple product, there's more to Apple than just using an iPhone. It's also a cultural symbol. It's also part of a social status. People would feel like they've got some leverage or some social status by owning certain products. I don't know if I'm making any sense, Besh.
Yeah, I get you. But I don't know. I think maybe um I don't know if I'm gonna make sense, but I think that's why also market research is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because if customers define the purpose of a business, then you won't necessarily know or understand. Obviously, you'll have what you want to, you know, what you plan to give to the consumers or whatever. But like, if you don't get that information from your consumers, then there are chances that you won't um you will not continue to meet their needs. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, I do understand. Yeah. Of course, needs are always evolving. So it means that there's a need for consistent and constant research, knowing about your customers and their shifting needs of so and so forth. Yeah, that's true. Then another one, of course, customers are having more power day by day compared to the way organization had a monopoly over customers before. Nowadays customers can call out companies. They can boycott products from companies if companies are not adhering to some of the societal expectations. For example, if there's racism, for example, if there's environmental damage, green business, and so forth, customers have got that power to call out companies. So that's why customers then become very relevant, not because they buy, but it's actually a lot. Yes, that's true. So customers do hold business accountable. So some accountability, transparency, all those things are now expected more higher and higher from customers. So that's why we are actually doing um, customer analysis by looking at it. That's why we are doing the digital marketing environment by focusing on customers. So customers' attitudes towards the internet have significantly changed during the last 2 decades. Shoppers are becoming more attuned to buying online, and digital technologies enable them to be well informed when making purchasing decisions. I think this is what we are coming across more often. I mean, think about the things that you have to get online here and there. How often do you make orders, online?
Yeah, it's it's quite a
Mhm.
lot. I was looking at
Mm,
something to buy. I was looking at a book to buy yesterday.
you see?
So
So,
instead of going to exclusive books, I'm gonna get it like on Takealot.
mm. So, like, we are spending more time shopping, and we are not just shopping, but we're also getting information about the things that you are shopping. For example, the book that you're looking for. You also had to look for information, checking that whether it's the right book or not. And before the advent of the internet, honestly, it was difficult to get such information. So, as a result, there's a significant struggle for power between the retailer and consumer. And in the future, as the consumers become more informed and demanding, so there is no more that thing that you only hear the brand's voice. And if they're saying that this is the product that you need to buy and you need to buy, you can still go elsewhere and look for information. There are some salespeople who have got a deceiving tendency because they want to convince you to buy as a consumer. But nowadays, you can go, for example, to than the salesperson himself. And the moment they tell you do this, you'll be like, no, I know more about engines. This is how things are done. So organizations no longer have that leverage. So from a microenvironment perspective, customers are important actors in a brand's immediate trading environment.
Sorry, I have a
Analysis
question.
of that. Mhm.
I don't know if you can hear my background, but sorry if there's noise. But I wanted to ask, like, in a practical way, how can consumers be more demanding to businesses?
I'll
If
give
you
you an
do have
example.
practical examples.
Yes. For example, you can go to a shop looking for an Adidas t-shirt or a Nike t-shirt, let's say maybe for a soccer team, be it your Manchester United and so forth. So customers would already know the authenticity of that t-shirt. They know that here on the center there has to be logo, on the sleeves there have to be this and that. So they already have that information. Now they come to your shop, you're selling kits, sports kits, and they do not find that information. They will tell you, they will call you out saying that no, but the Nike t-shirt that I know, the Adidas t-shirt that I know should have XYZ.
So is that being demanding, or it's basically
It's not
questioning
being
what the business
it's
probably
not being
promised?
demanding, it's being well informed. So it's being well
Mm-hmm.
informed that when you engage your customers, don't treat them as people who do not know, because they also have tools at their disposals. They also have tools to look for information related to that product. So don't, as a digital marketer now, you need to understand that customers might have information, more information than you do. So that's why it becomes an interaction and engagement rather than a one-way communication whereby you are telling customers what to do. Does it make sense? All right, perfect.
Yes, yes, I get you now. Thank you.
All right. So analyzing the behavior of customers becomes then critical because it forms part of digital planning. So when you are engaging customers, be it via email, via any available digital platform out there, via social media, you need to understand that as a brand or as a digital marketer, that you can also learn from customers, because there's a struggle for power to be dissolved. But if you act as if you know, as a brand, since it is your product anyway, that's when it becomes a challenge. And all of a sudden, customers, they always give up and go to your competitor. Then it means that you've lost a potential or a repeat buyer. So consumer behavior analysis is unpacked from two angles. The first one is demand analysis. And then the second one, of course, is digital consumer behavior. So demand analysis from a digital marketing point of view, because demand can also be from a commercial point of view, but here we are talking about digital marketing. Based on the platforms, the digital assets that an organization owns or control, you can actually see where the demand is. Takealot can actually see where the demand from an interaction point of view is. Is it coming from their app or is it coming from their website? Because there are people who are comfortable buying from a mobile app, Takealot, and then there are people who are more comfortable buying from the website itself. Some will be more comfortable to communicate with Takealot from on social media platforms, while some will be able to communicate with them via email or via phone call. So demand analysis involves understanding the potential and actual volume of visitors to an online presence. Remember, an online presence is not only about coming to a website. Email activity also determines online presence and the extent to which prospects convert to a tactical and strategic outcome. For example, lead generation or sales. So are these sales coming from the mobile app? Are these sales coming from the website? Are we getting leads from our interactions on TikTok, on WhatsApp, and so forth? Then the second one, of course, is digital consumer behavior. You can also understand the needs and characteristics and digital experiences of behavior of targeted consumers on how they behave online. How do they express themselves on the platforms within the digital landscape? And these variables are often collectively referred to as customer insights. Most customer insights are based on how customers um, behave online. What kind of content do they post? At what time are they always online? From which devices are they getting online? Are they using their smartphones? Are they using their computers? For example, where I'm working, we are a business management publisher. So it's a magazine. And we can see that most people who interact and engage with our content, it's coming from desktop. It means that these are the people who are behind their screens, their computers at work. Most of them will be in the office. Um, the traction on mobile phones and tablets are there, but they cannot be compared to the traction of users who are using laptops. So you can actually be able to, based on the metrics available to you on the digital assets, you can be able to tell consumer behavior. How many times do they come to a website per day? How many time are they spending when they're on that website? Are they spending 1 minute only? Are they spending 5 minutes? It's called a bounce rate. You can actually be able to tell even the purchasing consumption. You can be able to tell how often do they come to buy. For example, take a lot would have some information about you on how often do you come to buy to them, because every time you make a transaction, it is recorded. They can then form a pattern out of that, that every month you buy 2 times, or every month you buy 3 times, and they also look at the products and so forth. So they are getting insights on who you are and how you interact with them, and then they can map your behavior out of it and even project sales from that. Are there any questions? Does it make sense?
Yes, I'm following. Thank you.
Because I'm also trying to put some practical examples so that you can see actually where this is coming from. Let me try to do something here and see if I can be able to. Um, I'm just trying to log in on the website at work that I use, so that I can even show you some of these things in case you are not in that field. Even though this is not allowed, because now that's work stuff. So log in. Okay, let me share the screen. Um, all right, I don't know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
So this is the website called Business Brief. That's where I work. Just want to show you that we can be able to see how people would interact with this asset, because I've got admin powers for this. So see where it says key metrics, track progress towards your goal with tailored metrics and blah, blah, blah. So we can actually be able how people are interacting, pages per visit, visit length, how much time they are spending. Can you see that? 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Can you see?
Oh, wow.
So you can be able, it's actually the information that is there, all your visitors, track your site traffic over time. You can see that. So you can see whether they are coming direct. The reason why we have got organic search is because there are lots of activities that is happening, but they can also come directly. Here, 29% come directly because we send out a newsletter. See 13,000 people there. You can even see locations there. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Locations, you can be able to tell where are these people based. So that's part of getting digital consumer insights. So you see, South Africa, you've got 45%. You also have United States of America. You also have, you know, and there's where you can actually go and get the whole insight of this. That's the good part. You can actually
And
go and get the whole insights where it's here. If you go to analytics, that's where you can go other. So that's your locations. Then you have got your devices here. I don't know if you can see that where my mouse is. You click on that.
yes, so I see that Google logo on the on the left at the top. Is this like public publicly available data or
No,
information, or it's
it's
a
not
like a
publicly
Google
available.
platform? Oh, okay.
It's it's only on our platform, and even me sharing it, it's illegal because that's not part of the company policy. But yeah, it's not publicly available because this is on the back end of the website.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I was telling you, as you can see, I don't know why mobile all of a sudden has increased because this also changes with time. We used to be more with desktop, and I see mobile is taking some traction. So you can even see there are people who are assessing our content using smart TV. I don't know if you can see that.
But it seems like it's a like I can't see the the pie. What is it the pie? Like I can't see the number or percentage for the smart TV. How much is it?
Yeah, because it's very small. But as I said, um, if you click on analytics, you get more devices, not just these, okay? There'll be some that you
Mm.
can get there when you get this is the source. So if you go there, then you can get more information. So the same thing here, if you scroll down, you can also see how traffic is happening there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So there's much information that can actually tell about the people, the readers who are coming. You also can see which content do they engage with the most. You know, as you scroll down, they can show you the pages that are more engaging. Yeah, here
Are
where
you
it says
also
see
able to
how.
see competitors' information?
Unfortunately, I don't think so. I have to do some research because all these are based on research and how more do you know about technologies out there. So I've got limited. Most of the stuff I get from textbook, then I put them in action in practice. So I know there's a lot that
Mm.
is happening. Yeah, but you can also see how content is doing. Keep track of your most popular pages and how people found them from search. Um, you can also see top performing articles like this article. See, it's performing better, followed by this, and people where they log in to access the magazine and so forth. Okay, I don't want to spend much time here because this thing is being recorded. It might put me in trouble tomorrow.
Hey,
So yeah.
Shem, sorry. But
Mm,
yeah, I appreciate it. I think we also probably, I think something like this would be managed by the social media team in our business.
mhm.
So it's like it's good information to know because we're quite close with the social media team. If I do need like some practical work around this, then I know who to contact. Thank you.
So yeah, remember, this is only the website. Unfortunately, I do not have direct access to social media because my boss is well much on LinkedIn since we're a business company. So we are more interacting on LinkedIn because it's a professional um, networking site. But yeah, even on LinkedIn, you can be able to have sorts of these metrics so that you know who is actually engaging with you. And the more you know about your customers, the more you think about them in your digital planning, how you tailor the message, how you communicate with them, and so forth. Does that help?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. So, of course, demand analysis has got its implications for digital marketing planning. Demand analysis is all about understanding current trends and levels of use of the internet and different online services and how they relate to services and products the organization wishes to deliver. This helps you because if there's something that you're doing wrong, you can be able, for example, if the demand all of a sudden falls, no one is coming to your digital platforms. You can be able to tell that maybe it's because of the content that I'm putting. Maybe there's a broken link. For example, in December, we realized that all of a sudden our Google impressions went down from over 1 million to 500,000 and something. And we just feel like, no, man, there's something wrong. Why are people no longer coming? And to have a drop down for almost 50%. Then we started doing some investigations only to realize that there's been some updates at Google that affected everything, not only us, but also other companies that are using Google tools. So that always helps you to know where the problem, where a leak is. If you're a plumber, you need to know that if you're not getting enough water from the tap, what is happening? Maybe there's a leak elsewhere. Then you start looking for that leak. So the benefits of demand analysis are that brands can identify opportunities for influencing and delivering sales online based on actual use of digital media. So you can actually know whether this platform is useful or not. Even emails. Um, I wish I could show you more. Even MailChimp. The problem with MailChimp, because for email management, if I log in, it sends an OTP to my boss. So he will know that I'm logging in. But I was going to show you again. You can see from emails how many people are engaging with our emails. What are they clicking on our emails? How many are unsubscribing, wanting out, opting out? How many are joining? How many is it directly going to spam? We can actually know if it's going to junk folder or not. So that information actually helps you. Instead of having some guesswork or assuming that this is what you're doing, it gives you real information on what is happening there. So demand analysis can reduce guesswork and improve the effectiveness of digital marketing communication campaigns. So assessing demand for digital services by looking at these generic factors can enable marketers to set more realistic objectives for each target segment. But in order to do this, the digital marketer also needs to assess the volume and share of the customers. One, we have got the access to the channel itself, be it your website, be it your YouTube. Two, who use specific online services because some might only come seasonally, for example. They may only come when it's Black Friday. I've seen that with our website. We get more numbers whenever a new edition is out. Because we're a magazine, an online magazine, we publish that magazine every 2 months. So whenever the magazine is out, we see more traction there, meaning that there are some who are just there for the magazine. They don't care about the daily content that we post. Then you also need to assess customers who are influenced by using digital channel, but use another channel as part of their multi-channel buyer. So realize that some, as much as they love your website, they just prefer going to your Facebook page and purchase from there. As I was saying about Take a Lot, as much as people love to be on a website, they'll still prefer using the mobile app to purchase, to make an order. The same thing with banking. As much as many people are aware of internet banking, they would find it easy to make transactions using an mobile app than going to a website to process payments. Maybe they don't trust a Google browser, a Google Chrome, or they don't trust an Edge or a Mozilla Firefox and so forth. And also some purchase or use other services using digital channels. Are there any questions so far? So what does this mean then, looking at your customers and how you want to understand them based on demand and digital customer behavior? You need to do situation analysis and objective setting. And this helps you to build conversion on your websites, on your digital assets. Using this approach, the total potential online demand for a service in a particular market can be estimated, and then the success of the company in achieving a share of this market can be determined. So you want to convert as many customers as possible using your digital assets. And there are conversion metrics that you need to use. The first one, you need to make sure that your digital assets, be it your email, be it your website, they are not there for cosmetic use. They are there to raise awareness. They can target web users, they can target all users through awareness to know what the business is all about. So it has to be information rich. Then they must also be able to attract as many customers as possible. And that's the same thing that we do on our website. We've got content, for example, we upload content on a daily basis. But on Fridays, we make sure that we have got powerful content that can attract those who visit the website during the weekend, because that content is going to stay Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then Monday morning before we add on new content. So you need to have your attractability efficiency there. Attract as many visitors as possible. That's why you see Take a Lot when you go there. They've got a sort of discounts on the homepage before you go to what you are looking for. I don't know if you have seen that.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, I have.
So discounted products are there to attract you so that you're going to stay. Be like, wait, these people, they seem to be having many things on promotions. Maybe I can get something here. They just want you to stay on that side so that you don't lose. So it's an attractability strategy there. Then another conversion metric that you need to understand there, it's engagement. The website itself must be engaging. It must not have just static content. It must have interactive content like your videos, like platforms where users can comment. You know, for example, at the end of the article on our website, we have got a platform where people can make comments to that article, and we always make sure that even the authors on that article respond to those comments, so it becomes active for visitors to interact. Whether it's a new product, you can always talk to the author, or it's a new ways of doing things, you can always engage with the author. Then ultimately, as much as we can promote products in marketing, we are also there to sell. So we need to convert as many customers as possible through purchases. Okay, so that's the last conversion metric there, called the conversion efficiency. So you need to make sure that people are not just consuming your content, but they're also signing up, subscribing, you know, for that content at a certain price. So the model is instructive for improving digital marketing within a brand, since these different types of conversion efficiencies are key to understanding how effective online and offline marketing communications are in achieving the desired outcomes that we have. So this is just a generic model. Remember, there's no one size fits all in digital marketing. Contexts are always different. You know, industries and sectors are different. Countries and territories are different. For example, you can't compare the way people interact with digital assets in South Africa and in the UK. In South Africa, there's so much digital divide here. Not everyone has got access to the internet. Not everyone has got a smartphone compared to developed countries. But this gives you at least where to start. It gives you a foundation. It gives you a framework on how you can understand customers by having these conversion metrics. Are there any questions so far? Does it make sense?
Yes, definitely.
Mm. So then we have got a table that describe the whole of the marketing conversion process. So you have got internet there as universe. The reason why you have got internet as universe is because the internet itself is universal. It's everywhere. The internet, wherever you go, as long as you're on Earth, it is there, what we call a global village. So it's not determined by borders, national borders. Someone can watch content from UK, watch South African content because it's on the internet. So it's universe. Everyone can access it. However, you have to drive awareness from the universal point of the internet. Meaning there is a specific audience that you need to target on this whole population of the internet. Then that target audience will be split into two. Here I'm talking especially from a website point of view, but you can apply it to all other digital platforms like your social media or your email marketing or your mobile applications. So what happens once you attract audience in the universal internet, you now have your target audience. So target audience can be split into two based on how you attract them. That's why there's attraction efficiency on your right there. So you have got either a repeat visitor or a unique visitor. Do you have any guesses? Who is a repeat visitor? What is a repeat visitor and a unique visitor?
So I'm thinking a unique visitor, it's most probably, um, you to the website or being on the website for the first time. And then a
Mm-hmm.
repeat visitor, it could be someone who's been on the platform maybe once or twice, whatever the case is, but then they come again, maybe then the second time, maybe to make a purchase.
Yes. Yeah. So, of course, the repeat visitors are the ones who are always there, more regularly, and they visit the website more than once. Then a unique visitor is a single individual who visits a website within a specific time period. It doesn't necessarily mean they are new, but they are rarely there. A repeat is one. For example, I'm sure there are websites whereby I pay a living without clicking on them, right?
Actually, that
Like
is
a
so
week.
interesting. That is so
Pardon?
interesting because no, I was just saying that it's so interesting because I
Mhm.
genuinely thought that um like the time period thing. So what are you saying that like every month or 3 months the data sort of gets updated?
Mhm.
And I can maybe if I'm visiting now, the next time I visit is in August, then I won't be regarded as a repeat visitor.
Yes. So
That is so
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, that's true. So the frequency matters here. The frequency on how you engage with that platform. So in most cases, a unique visitor is only counted once, even if they visit multiple times, right? Then a repeat visitor is a user who has visited the website previously and returns again and again, again, and so forth. And the interesting part, remember, the term visiting is also crucial here, and I've always argued with lots of textbooks because visiting to some many extent has got nothing to do with you as Bash. It has got everything to do with your gadgets. Because what is being measured there on the internet is your laptop or your smartphone and so forth. They look at your IP address. So if that IP address keeps appearing on the backend, it means that you are a repeat visitor. But even if you are well familiar with Boston and you are always on their website, but today you are using your phone, that phone will be considered as a unique visitor. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Mm. Because it is the IP address of a device. So if it's a laptop and you keep going to the same link day and out, you are a repeat visitor on that laptop
Mm,
because they are looking at your IP address. But now your laptop is verified. Today you decided to use your phone, and your phone has got a different IP address. It means that you're a unique visitor. So
Oh,
it's always tricky.
sorry. So even the uh Google, like if you've logged in with your Google account,
Mm-hmm.
like your email address is not detected in any way, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Remember,
they're looking at the IP.
they are looking at the IP. Remember our phones, for
Mm-hmm.
example, if you use an Android phone and you use your laptop, chances are that on your laptop you are using Google Chrome, and Google Chrome is within your Google account, right? And then on your
Mm.
phone, you also have Chrome on your phone, the same Google account. It won't count as one because your phone has got its own IP address.
Mm.
Your laptop has got its own IP address. Same thing with location. You click because you are based in Johannesburg. You go for a holiday in Cape Town using the same laptop. You click from there. You are now seen as a visitor from Cape Town because they also look at locations. They are able to determine from which area did you access this. However, even from repeat and unique visitors, you also have active both sides. So you can have an active repeat visitor, and on the other side, you can also have an active unique visitor. However, what matters is what is at the bottom, the outcomes, because ultimately you want people to buy from your website. Because as a business, you're there to make money, and not necessarily money. Even if you're an NPO, a non-profit organization, there are still outcomes that you expect there, be it making a donation, if it's a gender-based violence organization, because people always think that digital marketing is all about promoting businesses that make sales. No, digital marketing is also promoting businesses that do not make sales, that do not make profit, but want to drive awareness around campaigns, social issues, gender-based violence, orphaned children, and so forth. But what matters is the action. The action that you are more familiar with is making a sale. But action can also be in form of signing up a petition. Action can be in form of making a donation. It can be in form of fundraising. At the end of the day, there are outcomes that need to be achieved. And this model can help achieve those outcomes, because the fact that you've got a repeat visitor to your site, it does not automatically mean that that visitor is there to buy. Some are there to just get information. I mean, how many times have I been a visitor to a Lamborghini website, clicking and seeing their new models, but I know that I'll never, as it stands currently, I can't afford a Lamborghini. So you need to understand that as well. Uh, Traffic versus the amount number of sales to your website. Because the fact that people are visiting you, it doesn't mean that they like you. Sometimes they are there just to spy. Competitors can come and visit on your website. It does happen. So you need to understand the outcomes there. The fact that you've got huge numbers, you can have 50 million followers on your Facebook, and all of them they engage with your content. Let's say you are BMW, you have got 50 million followers, but not all 50 millions are buying your BMW cars. Some are just there to like the new designs and the new models. Some are there to download pictures and make them screensavers on their phones. So you must understand that. But at the end of the day, you need to build as much awareness as possible. Does the diagram make sense now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Then, of course, we have got a multi-channel conversion model. So as much as you would rely on websites, as much as you're on a single platform, but must also understand that customers can find you on other platforms. And whenever they found you on those platforms, you need to make sure that they are able to complete a purchase there, because we talk about customer journey a lot. That customer journey must not be broken, because once it is broken, it means that the customer life cycle is also broken. They won't proceed to buy a thing. So, for example, in the busy third quarter trading of 2014, John Lewis saw online sales rise by 19%, while store sales showed no growth. So these people, they've got both a physical store that you can find at a mall, and they're also selling online. So they just realized that they are making more sales online than they are making in the physical store. However, click and collect accounted for over 50% of deliveries, showing the complexity of the online shopping journey and the increased opportunity to connect with shoppers. So these people were able to go and buy online. The same way you'd go to Clicks, because I know Clicks has got a click and collect. They would go online, they buy their thing, and then they choose to come and collect from the shop. Why are they not buying from the shop directly? It becomes a complex matter. You need to understand that as a digital marketer. So you need to understand your channels, because sometimes you can market aggressively online only for people to come and shop offline. Sometimes you can market aggressively offline only for people to come online to shop. How many times have you looked for something online only to go and get it at a physical shop? Like you go to Macro, you go to Game, you check where is it based, then you go and buy it physically. I don't know if it's something that you can relate to.
Yeah, sort of.
Mm,
It depends what I want to buy.
mm,
But yeah, there's been some instances where I shop around online just to look at what my options are, and then I go to a store once I've made a decision.
mm. For example, maybe something that you want to physically fit, you know?
Yeah, right now I'm looking for a TV and I am looking at the offers and whatnot online, but I'm definitely gonna go to a physical store.
Mm. So all those things means that now digital marketers for TV brands, they need to understand all those things. Like, do people prefer buying online, or they only want to get information online than buy offline? There will always be metrics. Nowadays, especially with AI, you can get as much customer insights as possible. I mean, if this was happening in 2015, now it's 10 years later. It means that, you've got better reporting softwares and tools, online tools that you can use to understand what is happening from a multi-channel conversion model. So it is useful to put in place the means of monitoring cross-channel conversions at different stages in the buying process, as it can help a brand understand how it might improve performance in both offline and online channels by making the marketing spend more effective. Then, of course, we've got consumer choice and how that influence digital influence. So I won't click on this link. I'll just give you because we might run out of time here. So there's Zando. Do you know Zando?
Um, I think I do.
Zando is like a super bellist competitor. So it's an e-commerce in South Africa that sells clothes. The Z is in orange, if I remember very well. So you've got Zando, which is e-commerce. Then you've got Pick and Pay Clothing. Do you know Pick and Pay Clothing?
Yes.
Yes. So this article, it's about a partnership between Zando and Pick and Pay Clothing. As far as I understand now, Pick and Pay is fully offline. So it's only a shop that sells at a physical shops, like at the malls, shopping centers. They do not sell clothing, their clothing online, Pick and Pay. So you can't go online and find Pick and Pay clothing and buy your clothes there. They do not have an online presence, but they have physical presence. Then on the other hand, you've got Zando. Zando, as far as I'm concerned, they are only online. They do not have any physical shops. So now they've had a partnership whereby Zando is able to sell and pay clothing. So instead of Pick and Pay having its own e-commerce, it decides to do a partnership with Zando. What do you think about that from a customer point of view? Why can't they have their own thing?
I think Pick n Pay does have online presence, Pick n Pay clothing. You can actually make online purchases, but it's fine. Um, so if Pick n Pay is then partnering with Zendo, um, it's yeah, maybe it is a bit contradicting because if Pick n Pay can sell, food online, it can definitely also sell clothes.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it not selling clothes online
Mm.
instead of
So
partnering with Zendo? Or maybe, or perhaps
always
Zendo
many things to
is
consider. For example, maybe sharing infrastructure or wanting a share of Zando customers. Do you get it? So Pick n Pay can get a share of Zando customers and vice versa. So now it's a market share wanting to get a huge share of customers, because all of a sudden Pick n Pay customers can be able to say that, you know what, even if I go to a Zando website, I am able to get Pick n Pay clothing there. Then Zando will be like, okay, Pick n Pay's clothing is popular. It means that if we sell their stuff, it means that we are also going to get offline customer, a share of offline customers from them. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Are you there, Besh? So yeah,
sorry, I
it's
don't know if
always
it's me. Can you hear
compli
me?
I can hear you now. You broke you were breaking for a while. I couldn't hear you for about 2 seconds.
Oh, because I was trying to say something. And I also keep losing you, so I don't know. It's probably my network. Um, but yeah, I was saying that perhaps also it's reaching more customers. Perhaps Zendo has more
Mhm.
customers compared to Pick n Pay, so it's a partnership that probably makes sense.
From a customer point of view, yes. And however, it also has its own disadvantage. For example, if Pick n Pay has got bad quality clothes and they are being sold on Zando, who is carrying the reputational risk here?
It's definitely Pick n Pay. I mean Zendo, sorry.
Mm, Zando. Zando, because it's providing the platform, and the
Mm.
other way around as well. So it's always tricky to have these things and understand customers. And there are so many partnerships that are happening out there. For example, banks are partnering with network providers. Even DSTV. Their internet, most of the internet that uses on DSTV is from MTN, right? I don't know if you're aware of that.
No.
Yes, I've got a DSTV router here, and the SIM card is from MTN, and I can see that's an MTN. Even the number, you can see that's an MTN. Even when you are loading data, then you ask yourself, like, oh, why can't they do it straight away? Don't they have infrastructure? And it's always part of having a customer sharing thing so that you do not lose customers.
But also, is it not a trust
You can get
thing that customers or maybe they have an existing relationship with MTN instead of us looking
Mhm.
for like new customers, we could just use for lack of a better word, MTN's customers.
Yeah, that's true. But now, if you have got DSTV customers who do not like MTN, it becomes a problem. For example, all of a sudden, DSTV partners with Telkom, everyone will be complaining about Telkom. For example, I do
Yeah.
not like MTN, their signal is always poor. So it means that now I'm forced to hate DSTV as a result of MTN's deeds. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, but then you can't you cannot solve everyone's problems.
Mm,
There's someone who's
yeah,
yeah.
true. But
there's-
I'm not, these companies, they are capitalistic and they always think money wise. What share are they getting out of it in terms of profits?
Absolutely.
And customer service just becomes cosmetic.
Mm.
Mm. So consumer choice is a crucial step in the purchasing process, and digital media now play an increasing important role in buying decisions. So realize that the internet has got two roles. The first is that the internet is part of the research process. For example, as we mentioned, you are busy getting information about televisions, right? You are using the internet. So it is the first point of contact to go and get information. Then the internet can also be used at every stage, of that research process, from initial scan to specifications before you buy something. So you can be able to tell, oh, there's a Samsung 37 inch, oh, there's a this inch. The internet makes things easier, and brands must be aware of that. So by understanding the dimensions which affect how customers interact with online trading environments, digital markets can identify key points where they can seek to manage conversion. For example, someone is busy looking for a TV, and then you as Hisense, you're not there. What does that imply for that? It's a loss. So by studying online, consumers, marketers can garner a greater deal of insight into online behavior. But for marketers working in business to business environments, there are further considerations. For example, if you are a Dell computer company that caters for businesses like schools, companies, libraries, and so forth, you need to understand that now you are dealing with businesses, and you don't treat businesses like individual customers, because decisions at business level, they are always complicated. You've got someone who needs to authorize payment. You've got someone who needs to convince that this is the right product and so forth. So there's not only one person that you need to convince from a digital marketing point of view if it's a B2B organization. So yeah, in conclusion, a digital marketer should consider how all these variables that we have discussed can influence a customer's motivation to engage with digital offer, and look for opportunities to create competitive advantage by overcoming potential barriers. So with all the information that you have at hand, that your digital assets are offering, you can actually be able, to look for opportunities or to capitalize on things that needs to be improved, so that at the end of the day, you can have competitive advantage over your competitors. So that's it about lesson 12 and 13. That's why it took a bit longer, because it's a combined lesson. Are there any questions or any comments or additions, something that you've discovered that you'd like to share?
No, I don't think so. I think for now I am good. Yeah, I understand what you've just taught me. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, I hope the examples also made sense. Like they are practical, they are not
Mm.
just theoretical. Okay, so in the next lesson, we're going to look at experience. Here we're doing customer analysis. In the next lesson, we're going to look at digital CX, which is customer experience. I'm just getting the slides quickly. Mm, listen.